Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to start doing mid-month readings for June, but it's really hard with my lifestyle to keep it consistent with 2 monthly readings. So I'm going to do my best to get through all 12 signs, but I'm kind of starting without the knowledge of whether I can finish. But if you like my channel, please like, share, subscribe. Please make sure you're sharing it. I don't know why, but my friends have said that it's actually kind of hard to find me on YouTube. I guess because my name is Sister Moon is very common. I originally didn't even want this to be my name. I wanted it to be Sisters of the Moon, like a Fleetwood Mac Stevie Nicks song, but I couldn't figure out how to make it that. So anyways, it's pretty generic, and so I think it's kind of made my channel not as exposed as I'd like it to be, so please help me with my exposure. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do Pisces reading. This is Mystic Moon Oracle deck, and see what's going on. We got separation here. There's a heart that's broken, so some of you might be in separation from someone. Let's see. Communication, settling. Unawakened. Never pulled that card before. So, crossroads and tribe. So some of you might be at a point where you or your twin or the person you're dealing with, doesn't necessarily have to be a twin, these are twin flame cards, but you're dealing with someone that's not awakened, or you're not awakened. There is a crossroads here, and you're at a pivotal point where you need to decide, are you going to settle? There's a communication here too. I don't know if it's communication from your spiritual realm, because it's sort of like signals, you're getting messages, but it might be actual messages, or it might be signs or spiritual messages. I feel this feeling that your people you're surrounded by have a lot of part in your decisions and your relationships and your I don't know, I just feel like your sense of belonging is extremely important. The settling card keeps coming up with a lot of signs, so I'm just going to pull one more card. Surrender. I feel like this is either surrender to your true feelings, surrender to your connection, surrender to yourself, but there's some sense of resistance going on here about not wanting to face the reality or the truth about a situation, and that's keeping someone unawakened here. So that could be the person you're dealing with, but I'm not doing reversals, so there is going to be a love offering here, an Ace of Cups, beautiful. First card to start off in the Rider-Waite with. There is going to be an emotional outpouring of some sort, offer. The Four of Swords is here, which is sort of, to me, not as conducive with the Ace of Cups, but I feel like maybe someone has taken time to really think about, get clarity, get some answers, do some meditation. They may even sought out spiritual help. Is sort of in a church. They may have surrendered to what they feel like is the right path for them spiritually. There's a lot of outside influences here with the tribe and now the Three of Pentacles. I feel like either you or someone you're dealing with is surrounded by a lot of needs of social acceptance. The King of Wands is here. So pulling these two cards together is very interesting, because I feel like the King of Wands does whatever the fuck he wants. He is bold, confident, self-assured, fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, but he has his own agenda of what he's going to do, and he's not worried about how others see him or how you know, the approval of others. And I feel like that's very contradictory to this energy I'm getting with this tribe and Three of Pentacles, like someone who's very influenced by their surroundings. So I don't know if this is a message telling you that the person you're dealing with is needing to become more of the King of Wands and say fuck it to all those people around him, but there's definitely this energy of bold, fearless desires, but also like being confined to a social circle, and like also being conflicted because you are part of a, because with the crossroads here and the surrender, I do feel like there's sort of a pull and settling as well. So let's see, this is the deck that I got, the Oracles of Shadow and Light, that I was waiting on last week. I keep talking about it in all my readings, but I'm sorry, excuse my language, I love it, but back off. Okay, so there's an energy of someone's coming on too strong here, or you want someone to back off, but there's definitely like someone that needs space. That Four of Swords, tempting offer as a high price, transitions to the spirit realm. Okay, so there's some temptation here. There's some, like I said, you're at a crossroads where I feel like one direction seems promising, but there's a high price, and then another direction is like sort of like settling, or I don't know. I'm gonna read what this transition to the spirit realm means. I know what it means, like based on that, but I don't know. I want to get more details on this card. The Angel de los Muertos appearance in a reading signifies that you must not delay activating this lifetime's purpose. Her message is not only from those who have passed, but of the truth that you can activate your new life while you are still alive. It is no longer necessary to pass to recreate the life contract and purpose you have. Do not wish to leave in order to start anew. Believe that this life is a constant process of creation, and that you are at a point where you can end a pattern without ending this life. Energy is changing, and death is no longer the greatest reshaper. She comes to visit you now, so the fear of mortality passes, and so you understand you can begin to rebirth yourself into a new life now. I'm going to read what back off means too. You need someone to back off, right off, and give you space. You are not liking them, you are not welcoming them, and you need to be very clear and straight about that, despite all your desires to be a loving and lovely person. Detach from whatever it is that's giving you so much grief by asking whatever and whoever it is that is irritating you, draining you, or pushing your buttons to leave you be for the moment. Be respectful and kind, yet cool at first. So this is also about like building boundaries for yourself. A tempting offer as a high price. I'm also going to read this one just because like I want to get sorry guys. You may observe someone speaking cruelly about others, sending out toxic energy, seeming to feel extremely entitled to money, fame, life force, and attention, but unable to create their own. They treat themselves rather like royalty, and as if others are servants whose purpose is to fulfill their wishes. They can be charming and cunning because they want you to do something for them. They spend much of their time trying to feed off of others, and if you deny them this, they become very angry, narcissistic. They see you as a source for them, a way of getting something. This is sad, but even sadder if you allow yourself to be their victim. This could indicate either a person or a workplace or belief system that is demanding, all-consuming, and almost cult-like in its practices and not ethics. So this carnivorous flower fairy, that's kind of what I'm talking about in terms of, I think you guys are surrounded by a certain group that's sort of like very persuasive, but almost like toxic for you. So be aware of any energies around you that are kind of like toxic vampires that demand your attention, demand you have to sacrifice yourself in order to obey them. So I'm going to pull some Twin Flame Volume 2 messages to see what messages your counterpart. I'm working towards a better future. I'm trying to take responsibility for my actions right now. Please know this. I feel too much pressure right now. So this could be you or it could be them, but there's definitely someone who feels like they have a lot on their plate and they're just like needing space. I get this feeling of energy from this reading that like a lot of space is needed. Let's see what else I can pull. I'm going to pull a Goddess Guidance Oracle card. Independent. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So a lot of this is about boundaries too, but the King of Wands, I think too, is that like independence, like compassion, bold, and expect a miracle. So I think if you are going to relay a message to like tell someone to give you space, to do it in a compassionate way and like have forgiveness for yourself for being that person, and unleash your adventurous side, be bold. That's what I was talking about with the King of Wands. And expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. So things are going to balance themselves out some way, in a way that you're very maybe like unexpecting it too. So all right guys, that's your message. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.